A mystery illness is making dog owners rethink taking their pets to dog daycares and to parks. That illness causing a lot of problems right now. Local 5's Larissa Leone spoke with a veterinarian on what they know about this strange illness so far. Larissa.
Yeah, Stephanie, over at South Des Moines Veterinarian, they say they started seeing cases of this new respiratory illness back in the end of September. I spoke to one pet owner who's been working to help their dog recover from the disease.
I know I have treats in my hand.
Sarah Pierce says her dog Jasper is typically a calm-natured dog, but after boarding him at a doggy daycare, she started to notice unusual behavior.
He started kind of coughing a little bit. It started with him just coughing after eating, so we didn't really think it was a huge deal, but then it kind of progressed from there.
After 3 visits to the vet and a few trial and error prescription attempts, Jasper is finally on the mend.
He's now been on 3 different antibiotics, a steroid, a cough suppressant, and Benadryl as needed. And finally, the last combination of things seemed to work.
Over at South Des Moines Veterinarian Center, Dr. Melissa Byers says they started seeing cases of this new respiratory illness back in the end of September.
That white area is just telling me that there's quite a bit of inflammation in those lungs, which is what we've been seeing with most of these dogs, is a lot of inflammatory changes in those lungs and causing that cough.
Thinking they were seeing an influx of kennel cough, they prescribed the normal treatment, but quickly realized it wasn't working.
That was a red flag that something was different about this, and so since then we've just seen those numbers go up from there. And so what we're experiencing is that some of these dogs are just taking longer to get better.
Dr. Byers says the number of fatalities from this illness is low, and until researchers find out the details of the disease, she recommends you keep your dogs at home.
I would probably avoid dog parks right now, those areas where there's a lot of dogs in close proximity and you may not know who those dogs are. It's probably a better bet just to err on the side of caution for that type of thing, just until we figure out what's going on.
As for figuring out what this illness is, Dr. Byers says there are veterinarian labs who are starting to accept samples to do a lot more testing at a higher level than what our normal labs would do, in an attempt to dive into what is causing this. Stephanie?
Larissa, thank you. I'll say